what we talk about today, you can put under the, I just feel like we have to do this part thing here. If you remember back a little bit ago, I can't remember how long ago, we did multiplying polynomials. Remember we did a problem that looked like this? Forget this for right now. We did like x plus 2 times x minus 3. Remember doing that? And the rule was to do what? Multiply every term of the first one by every term of the second one. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Was anybody awake at that point?
Yes.
Some of you, yes. Most of you know. Which looked like this. You know, x times x is x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x. And then you did this. X, like we did 2 times x was plus 2x. And 2 times minus 3 was minus 6. And then the two middle terms were alike, so you added them together and you got x squared minus 1x, or just minus x equals 6, or minus 6. I went by that really fast because we've already done that. Yeah. Plus, we're just going to do it all over again anyways. Well, in the world of math, some math guy somewhere along the way came up with just a different way to think about this, which is really the same thing you just did, only differently. Okay? And it's a little thing they call FOIL. So write this down in big letters here. FOIL. When you multiply binomials, as long as they both have x's or y's, they're the same variable, this works. If they were different variables, then this doesn't really work out so well. But right now they will be. And what that means is, hopefully at some point, you can look at this and just do this in your head. Okay? Because there's the same pattern that keeps repeating over it. The first term you get is what you get when you multiply the first letters together. In other words, the first term, when I multiply this together, I get an x squared. That's going to be true. Okay? The O in FOIL stands for the outside terms. I need this. Use this. Okay, in which case you see here the outer. The outer is a minus 3x. The I stands for the inner terms, or the inside ones, which are those two, which is a minus 5x. And the L stands for the last terms in both things. Negative 5 times negative 3, which is a positive 15. Literally the same thing we just did there, but it helps you to remember to do the first terms, the outside terms, the inside terms, and the last terms. And the thing you have to remember is that, generally speaking, most of the time, the outside and the inside terms are going to be like terms, and you can put them together. You have a negative 3x and a negative 5x. They are like terms. You get a negative 8x. I'm sorry, this should have been x squared if I did put that down. Would that mess anybody up? It's really the same thing we did here, but this is like that little acronym thing that you'll hear in high school. They'll go, did you use FOIL? Well, it's the same thing as multiplying every term by division. Because if you look at something like this, let's say I have x plus 2 times x plus 6, you should be able to tell me the answer to that is x squared plus 8x plus 12. Why? Because the two first terms give you x squared. The outside term, which is 6x, plus the inside term, which is 2x, gives you 8x's. And the two last terms give you plus 12. Are you with me on that? Did I go way too fast on that? It's just a matter of the two first terms, the outside term combined with the inside term, and then the two last terms. Because the outside terms gave me a 6x, and the inside terms was another 2x. 6x and 2x. I just put them together without writing them down. Because eventually it'd be nice if you could just fly by that. Are you okay? The back getting to you? Let's do another one just for fun. See if you're catching on to the grandness of this. How about x minus 3 times x minus 1. Anybody come up with x squared minus 4x plus 3? Or no? Yes? First terms, X times x is x squared. The outside and the inside terms are going to combine. The outside term is negative 1x, and the inside term is negative 3x. Put those together, you get negative 4x. And the last term is negative 3 times 1, which is a positive 3. Those two minus times so. Zachary, what are you thinking? No, yes? You want me to? I'll talk through it really slow this time. Ready? Here we go. X. Let's go minus 8 times x plus 3. In FOIL, the first term is going to be the first two things multiplied together, x squared. Okay, the middle term you're going to get next is a combination of the outside and the inside terms. Outside is positive 3x and inside is minus 8x's. Putting them together, positive 3 minus 8 gives you a minus 5x. And then your last term is negative 8 times 3 minus 24. You should have a race. Fish, you ready for a race? No. We're like Spanish class. Where's the little bell? How about this one? X minus 5 times x plus 2. Who thinks they can tell me the trinomial that those two binomials will get? Anybody think they can do that right off the top of their head? We should just say it in unison. The first term will be, wow, most of you got that. X times x is x squared. The middle term will be what you get when you put the outers and the inners together. The outer is 2x, the inner is minus 5x. The combo of those is negative 3x. Oh, that was almost like the majority of you. And then the last term will be negative 10. I'll do that again in super slow motion. Who feels they're about ready to nod off to sleep? I know there's a couple of you there. Now, I don't want to, well, let's write this down. Special case. Special case. And there's only a couple of them. Maybe one we'll go through now. If you have this, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite exciting. If I have the same exact binomial times the same exact binomial, except one is plus, one is minus, if I multiply those together, something really fun and exciting happens. The first term obviously is x times x, and it's x squared. But the middle term, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you do the outsides and the insides, you get a plus 5x and a minus 5x. If I put them together, I have no term, no x's. I have 0. But I do have a last term. I have my x squared, x times x, plus 5x, minus 5x, there's nothing there. But I do have minus 5 times plus 5, which is minus 25. This is one of the rare cases where a binomial times a binomial will actually give you a binomial because the middle term drops off. Ain't that something to write home about? Have you ever written home?
Actually, I have.
Were you at Camp Obi-Wan Bijobi?
No.
Camp Owata Do Payam? No? Really? Now, lest you thought you were really smart, I have to throw a little hook, line, and sinker at you. Because not always is it quite this easy. Oh, do tell, you say.
Oh, do tell, we say.
Well, what happens if this happens? What if it's 2x minus 2 times x plus 3? That's going to throw a little bit of a wrench into the whole that little 2 in front of the x is going to mess everything up a little bit. Still the same way. What will be my first term now? What is 2x times x? It's not 3x, but 2x squared. Because this is a 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and x times x is 2x squared. Right? Are we concerned? My middle term is going to be what? Now you just have to think about when you do the innies and the outies, as in belly buttons. 3 times 2 is 6x, minus 2 times x is minus 2x. I put those together, it's a little slow, 4x, yeah. You are right. And then my 2 last terms, what's a negative 2 times positive 3? Negative 6. How about that? Will that be the proverbial bulk? Wait, let's not say we're all done yet. What about 3x plus 1 times 2x minus 3? Speculations on that one? Klausing, what's going to be my first term? 2x times 3x is 6x squared. My middle term is going to be the combination of the outie and the innie. The outie is negative 9x, correct? The innie is 2x. If I have, uh-oh, Chase, did I say something wrong? The outie, not outie, negative 3 times positive 3x is negative 9x. 1 times 2x is 2x. What is a negative 9x and 2x, Ulrich? Negative 7x. And then what is 1 times negative 3? Negative 3. Now there is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, we kind of do this FOIL thing. And Andrew is dying to know why. Did I say it?
I'm dying to know why.
Because when you get a little farther on down the road, the math book will give you this, and you are going to have to, in your little more than pea-sized brain, go back to what made this thing. Notice I said more than pea-sized. In case you're looking on the video, I would never spell it. Although we only use like what, 2% of our brain?
We do.
I mean, look how smart dogs are. Some of their little heads are like that big. They're pretty smart. Yeah, they will give you the trinomial, and you'll have to figure out what 2 binomials got you that. And if you think reverse FOIL, it actually isn't that bad. Yerk?
Why wouldn't you have the 9 and this 2? And how did you get a negative?
Because 1 was a minus 9. This is like having 9 negative x's. This has 2 positive x's.
Okay.
Do I have to do it on the Jackson? Do I have to go to the reds and the white squares?
Yeah.
I've got 9 of these red squares and 2 of these yellows. 2 of those yellows cancel off with 2 of the reds, and I'm left with 7 of the reds. Double, yeah. These, actually, they weren't reds, they were the greens, weren't they? They were X's. I have 9 of these and 2 of those greens. All right, how many give you another one? How about this? I think we're ready to go. 2x minus 3 times 3x minus 4. Go! I'm going to just write that down there. Tell me what you get for that. Kapu tapi de Ferrari Flowers Camino. Digite. Domini Jesus. This is my hope that you got 6x squared
Yes.
minus 17x
Yes.
plus 12.
Yes.
Let us gather around and look here. 2x and 3x, the outside, or the first terms give you 6x squared. Hopefully that works. Outside and inside. outside is a negative 8x, inside is a negative 9x. I have 8 of those, and then I have 9 more of those. That gives me a total of 17 of those negative x's. And negative 3 times negative 4 is a positive 12. Stop me there if something did not go, flow, or work. Tell me why. No? Connor Morgan?
I got 5 minutes.
Alright, tell me why that is and why what you did was different than mine. Did you not get negative 8x and negative 9x?
No.
Is this not a negative 8? And is that not a negative 9?
What it is, I got something else to say for that. I don't know. Well, actually, I got 8x.
Negative 8x.
Negative 8x.
And negative 9x? Now, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is there's no good news.
Oh.
And the good news is you don't